Spirit has some messages for you, and it wants you to drop into your heart now if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Come as you are, please. But if you can, drop into your heart and let it absorb. That would be really great, because it's a message that I think will take some time to really have an impact, and it's something that's going to absorb over time. And it is about ego. You're going to see my own ego fighting against this channeling happening, because I'm in public where people are probably staring at me as they pass by. But that is just a great illustration of what they're talking about. So I hope you enjoy this message, and um, come in with an astute nature and an open heart if you can. And um, if you feel it's cheesy, me too. But that's exactly what they're talking about. So that's why I'm going to still share. Enjoy. Oh, and I didn't have my mic with me, so there's some background noise, but I did clean it up. But I thank you for your understanding about that.
So I've just been thinking. Who has been thinking? I guess the ego. The ego's been thinking about the ego. About just in general, though. Mine and others. This one and that one and that one and that one, right? And so I wanted to do a short channeling. I just was meditating in the park, trying to regain a little bit of nervous system regulation, because I don't know what's been going on, but wow, very dysregulated lately. Just the slightest thing, the slightest thing. So anyway, yeah, I heard that there might be a message here, so if there is, then I'll be posting this, and if there's not, then you'll never see it. So, I call in the guides, priestesses, dragons, Arcturian council, and the other high vibrational beings of love who have only intentions of the greatest good of myself and all. Speak now about ego, or about anything that you think that the collective should know. Any messages you think they need. We think it's humorous. We want you to think the same. Find a reason to laugh. Find a reason to smile. There is but only one life. Indeed, it is important to consider the ego, to consider how your mind affects your life, how your mind affects others. It is important to consider the limitations that it brings you and the freedoms that it offers. But we suspect that there is an easier way. The heart. The question is it part of this ego? The answer is no. The heart center is where the soul lives, in a sense. In its individuation, in its separation, the soul resides in this place, which for many is not accessible. Especially the lifestyles that you live today, which this one participates in enthusiastically while rejecting equally. we needed a moment. The protections this one has in place are strong, but other entities are sometimes able to access for the ego. Because the ego wants to protect this body, to protect this mind, it turns to fear when it knows no other solution. This fear blocks the heart. This fear diseases the population. The number of people who do not carry this disease of fear in this world today are almost zero. Those you call enlightened still do fear. They still struggle with ego. Even those who do not struggle with fear are limited by ego, for this is your agreement. The ego here now asks us to tell you something new. But why tell you something new when you have not accepted or absorbed the message that must be accepted? There are so many wonders in this universe, and yet it's so hard to see them. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if your heart was full and open and fear was no more? Have you ever considered what it would be like to simply look at the stars and know and connect to all the beings that live there, to all the beings that live on this planet? That is what the heart is for. The heart is the individuation of the all, but it is also the connection. Please consider that paradox exists out of necessity in this 3D. Something may be true, while something simultaneously is true as well. Both truths seem to contradict, but they do not. Smile. What is there to laugh about now? What is there to be grateful for? The fear, the pain, the suffering, it blocks the gratitude. And we understand. Sometimes your nervous systems just cannot bear to search for something that seems so trivial. Please, when you are able, keep a note. Know what it is for which you could be grateful at any given moment. Remind yourself of that thing when nothing else can come to mind and when others can. Think of them. Contact has already happened. New beings have arrived recently on this planet. Few know, and they are not those who think they should know. These beings have arrived because a crisis has emerged on your planet. A crisis only compared to the one more than half a century ago. We ask you now, please find room for your own heart. for each one who finds room for their heart, contributes to the spaciousness offered unto this planet. The spaciousness that you provide yourself is provided in equal measure for the rest. When enough space is provided, when enough people come together through heart, others will follow. The intention, the seed, will develop without awareness. Like a disease, it will spread. Like the fear, it will spread. But whereas fear takes away space, takes away awareness, heart opens up. Heart frees. Heart understands. Heart does not kill. Heart does not use the triggers as weapons. Heart is not calculated, not for victory, because it knows through its own authenticity that it will be victorious anyway. Heart is present. Everything that we have just mentioned is the antithesis of the crisis developing on this planet. The beings are here now to prevent crisis much greater than your imaginations could bear. And they will do so at their own risk. You see, with heart, beings from very far away have given and sacrificed very, very much just to ensure that certain crises never develop, that certain consequences never are served upon you. Because they do not hold blame. They do not wish you guilt. They only wish you heart. Is there anything else that anybody would like to say? The ones that you follow and look up to are imperfect. Please, with your heart, accept their imperfections. You can admire all of their qualities, including their flaws. But know that certain beings desire you to follow them because it brings them a sense of spaciousness. It is a spaciousness that they have lost through fear. It is false. It is false spaciousness. This space where they feel they can act upon the world and bring their own changes to it. It falls as easily as does the branch after a hurricane. Remember your heart. Whenever you can, be with it. Whenever you remember, know that it is for you as much as for anyone else. Without compassion for yourself, the space for compassion for others will also be limited. Smile. Because your heart is there. The space is there. Whether it be to begin or to continue. Give thanks for those beings who have given so much to be here. Others are on the way for many reasons. Smile. Free. Know that we are love. We are all love. And that for you, our hearts are filled with it. And whether you believe it or not now, one day you will know that you deserve it. Until next time. Thank you. I have serious chills, and I'm a little okay. That was a strong one. So were they. There were some times where my own ego was kind of fighting against that message. Just a little bit afraid of the fact that it was, I don't know, just the unfamiliar, I suppose. But I'm glad that it came through. And I really want each of us to not just turn the video off and forget about it. Remember, it is only through the remembering that we can really feel infinite all the time. They're reminding me, and not that I really need to be reminded, but I appreciate it, that we are always infinite. We can, even with a closed heart, can get in touch with that. But well, I think you'll learn this experientially. But just remember, please, because that crisis that's developing, if not for you, which it should be for you, but if not, then for everyone, it doesn't take many to really make a big change in these things that are happening in the world, and that are, the energy is being directed towards now. I saw a few visions of that. I'm not going to say them now, but they were not assured. They were horrifying, but not assured. So, you have your mission. If you think this is cheesy, me too, but it is what it is, and that is a symptom of our fearful heart. So no shame. Thanks for listening.